In this video, I want to give you a visual representation of what's going on when you do a proof by induction. So suppose that we have n dominoes, where n is a positive integer, that are set up so that when one domino is knocked over, the domino next to it falls over. And I believe that many of you have probably done this. You've set dominoes up in such a way that they're close enough to each other that when, let's say this is my finger here, when you push right here on domino 1 falls over and hits the next one, then it hits the next, then that one hits the next one, then that one hits the next one, then that one hits the next one. And this ... here just indicates that I don't know how many dominoes I've set up like this, but I've just set up some amount of dominoes like this. And eventually this one hits the next one, and then the next one gets hit, and then eventually this second to last one hits the last one, and the last one falls over. So the statement we're going to prove is this right here. P of n. If domino 1 is knocked over to the right, then domino n will eventually fall over. So we push domino 1 over, and eventually we push domino 1 to the right, and eventually domino n will fall over. So for the base case, we're proving that if domino 1 is knocked over to the right, then domino 1 will fall over. Now, do you see why this is true? If there's only one domino and you knock it over, then of course it will knock over. Then of course it will be knocked over. That's the base case. So the base case you can think of as just showing that we can start the induction, that we have a place to start, that we have, the base case is showing that we have a first domino to knock over. Now for the inductive step. For the inductive step, we assume P of k, and we show P of k plus 1. So we're assuming that if domino 1 is knocked over to the right, then domino k will fall over. And we're going to show that if domino 1 is knocked over to the right, then domino k plus 1 will fall over. Right, so P of k assures us that if we push domino 1 over, domino k will fall over. So why is it that domino k plus 1 will fall over? Well, that's because domino k fell over, right? It's because the one that came before fell over. And this example, for me, epitomizes the concept of induction. You start with a base case. That's just showing that you can start. You can start the induction. There's a place, there is a first domino to knock over. Then, assuming that we can knock over, that if we knock over the first, the kth will fall over, then we know that the k plus first will fall over. And notice that this works for any k, right? If k is 2, then we know that if k is 2, that if we knock over domino 1, domino 2 will fall over, then we definitely know that domino 3 will fall over. Similarly, if we know that if we knock over domino 1, then domino 3 will fall over, then we know certainly that domino 4 will fall over. And so on and so on and so on. This is essentially what we're doing in a proof by induction. We're proving a base case. That's that you can knock over the first domino. And then assuming that you can knock over the kth domino, we prove that you can knock over the k plus first domino.